Okay, ladies, we are back with day 9 of the 12 days of mothering. Today is the law of relativity. And yesterday, I totally kiboshed the law of transmutation, right? The law of energetic transmutation. I didn't kibosh it, but that was a mouthful for sure. So yesterday we talked about transmutation of energy and how energy is always in motion and we have choice. That was the big takeaway from yesterday. We have choice whether to go with the flow or go against it. And I also talked a little bit about the difference between how going with the flow isn't always going to be in alignment with how we want to feel. And sometimes we do need to go against the flow to create more alignment in our lives. And when we do that, resistance is going to come up. I often find in my life when I'm owning a desire, when I say to myself, I want this, I crave this, this is the life that I want to be living, this is how I want to feel when I wake up in the morning, this is how I want to feel, mentally, physically, emotionally. When I'm really owning what I want and what I desire, I realize that not only might I be living out of alignment in that moment, but my desire, which is coming from source or something bigger than me, is not in the same energetic flow that one I'm living in and that two the culture is living in. So then I'm making choice, right? The transmutation of energy, I'm making choice to go against the grain. And of course, there's going to be resistance. There's going to be, it's like uphill, but it doesn't have to be painful. You don't have to suffer. It's temporary discomfort. Hopefully that cleared it up for you. I was getting a few questions via Instagram and things like that. So today, the law of relativity, oh crap, my notes just left me. Okay. Every life obstacle is an opportunity for people to change their perspective and life so that they can continue to improve themselves. These tests from the universe also help us learn to let go of judging events and people as good or bad or nice or mean, which we do when we compare ourselves to others. Everything in the universe is just existing, and that is what the law of relativity means. So this is what I love about this law, because it is truly all about judgment and meaning, okay? And I think about, this reminds me of my social work days when I used to study risk and resilience. How can two people go through very similar life situations and one person is thriving and kicking ass in it and the other person is really, really struggling? This is where the universal law of relativity comes into place, because it's how you attach meaning to the situation. So some people will play the victim. Poor me, my life sucks. It's so hard. Oh, I have all this pain and all these symptoms. On the flip side of that, the person will say, I'm so grateful to be alive. This is really hard and uncomfortable right now, but I know we'll get through it together. In this law, they talk about being very mindful not to compare ourselves to other people, because the truth is we're never going to be like anybody else. I see a lot of this in the coaching world where, people are selling blueprints and 10, simple steps to yada, 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 and templates and business in a boxes and all of that stuff, realizing that these are templates, right? These are guidelines, but we have to take them and make it our own. How I want to run my business is going to be very different than everybody else. How I want to parent my children is going to be very different for everybody else. Also, how each individual child is going to be different than everybody else. So we cannot compare and say, well, how come your child does that and mine doesn't, right? We get in this comparison trap. And so the law of relativity simply just talks about it just is. The universe doesn't have an ego. The universe doesn't care. The universe doesn't think positive or negative, yin or yang. The universe just is. It just delivers. So we have to really watch ourselves as the human species, that we're not comparing or judging our human existence, our human processing, whether it's, like I said, the relationships, money, business, how we show up every single day. Well, how come it's easy for her and it's not easy for me? Why can't I figure this out? We all fall into this trap. So if you have figured out how not to fall into this trap, please let me know, because maybe there's, you have a special DNA or something, but this is part of the human experience. And this is why we study on a daily basis to improve ourselves. So the law of relativity reminds us, like, this just is. It is what it is. So if we're not attaching a belief to it or attachment, it's like, it is what it is. It's not bad or good. It just exists. It just is. And I love this, how it talks about every life obstacle is an opportunity for people to change their perspective and life. It's happening for us. It's not happening to us. It's happening for us. So all of this, these are opportunities for growth. But how often we get judgy. Why me? Why does this need to happen again? Why can't I figure this out? The law of relativity, to me, it's a great reminder to stay open and non-judgmental. So I'm going to wrap that up today. Day 9, law of relativity. Oh gosh, ladies, what is wrong with me? Well, I'm not going to judge myself, because the law of relativity, there, I just said it. It's not rev, it's relativity. Relativity. I got this. The law of relativity. No judgment. It just is. All right, ladies, have a good day.